This is my 1965 Schwinn Sting-ray. This is a BA code shorty frame. B for February is 65. Numbers matching fork is got an 11-5 stamp for November of 65. Crank is center cast 65 on the journal. Air correct pedals. I'd also like to point out these pedals are dangerous. These bodies roll. So I mean, these are on here because they're air correct, but you know, be advised. Pretty nice end cap, still legible Schwinn approved crisscross on there. When I got in this bike, it was just frame fork, crank assembly, and chain guard, and it was like brush painted, which was good in some respects. It saved the chrome pretty well on the crank set. You know, after stripping the paint off the sprocket and crank arms, they bounced back pretty decent. A couple of scuffs on the crank arms. There, see the little abrasion right here, and then when we come around to the other side, there's another one. Nice straight chain guard. This is a reproduction water transfer decal set that I had gotten from Pete Aronson like over a decade ago. I had actually acquired this bike like 15 years ago, and you know, this was a for me project, so it got sidebarred for a long time doing, you know, other customers' bikes and stuff first. And I just finally got around to doing it for a show this year. Every year I bring something, they expect me to bring something, so you know, what's better than a 65 Stingray? So I finally got this done, and the color is very close, but there's a hint of pearl in here, so it's got just a little more pop. We got a little bit of an overcast today, but it just glows. Nice wheel set. This is a side stamp front rim. Made in the USA tires. I would consider these display tires. I'd like to point out that there's a little hole in this one here, and you know, there's some pretty heavy weather checking in spots. I installed a set of like BMX freestyle tires in there that I cut the bead off of and put them inside there so that they're, you know, nice and solid, and you know, they're holding strong. I rode it up and down the driveway, but you know, I wouldn't consider these, you know, rider tires or anything like that. These are more or less for display. 1966 dated Bugs Bunny Stingray, or not Stingray, but accessory there. I also added these ACS Ben-Hur's wing nuts. These are a rare little oddity to find. Got the chrome sleeve on the valve cap and stuff, makes it look more finished. Nice looking head badge. Couple of small dents in the front fender. This is a safety edge front fender. I had added the fenders. I thought it would, you know, add some more chrome. A small dent here and a small dent here. And this one, you know, this is the wheel and the fender came off of the same bike, so I believe that's also a 1971 front fender. And it was a little rusty on the inside, so I taped off all the chrome, and I sanded and painted the inside of it silver so it's nice and clean in there. Nice clean headset, all Schwinn headset. Nice clean stem. You know, it's that underside, the tight spots, and it's a non-dated stem, which is kind of rare. Set of walled handlebars. It's our original Schwinn grips. These aren't reproductions. Matching shorty seat. When you got the shorty frame, you gotta have the shorty seat. This seat was refinished, reupholstered. The guy I had actually gotten the seat cover set from, he's also been retired for a while. I got that about 10 years ago, and finally we got that done. I stripped the seat pan, painted it, recovered it, put on the original Stingray tag on there, used the stainless steel button cap rivets, the same ones that are used on the fender here. This is also a walled fender but it's an air correct walled fender. This is a razor edge fender. This was an NOS fender when I had picked this up. It's in excellent condition. It's a beautiful fender. It's got a nice fitment to the bike. I like how the upright of the fender support is running parallel with the sissy bar there. The way that that's set up. The bike's got all the little details too. The Q bolts here. A few scuffs and stuff on the sissy bar. Also a S-head bolt. If you look through, you see the S-head bolt on the lower sissy bar clamp. I also installed a piece of that like anti-slip matting like you would use in your toolbox. You put the matting down in your toolbox and put your tools on there so it doesn't, your tools don't slide around when you pull your drawers in and out. Well, I cut a small strip of that and slid it in there while I had the clamp slightly slid apart, and installed that to keep the sissy bar from sliding down. And I also kind of did this trick little seat gut thing. Took another set of seat guts from another vintage seat, and I just kind of took my grinder to those seat guts and reshaped them to fit the leading back edge of this seat pan, so that way it's actually using those teeth on the guts to hold the pan in place better. Look at the underside of that pan. Of course, got to have the original S-bolt seat clamp. Rebuilt the red band rear hub. It is a center stamp rear S2 that's proper for the build. It's in really nice shape. One tiny little dent here, and there's like one little thing along the edge right there. They're both pretty darn small. Real nice looking wheel. USA made knobby. As I said, consider that a display tire. This also has a older tire installed in there to keep that good and firm as well. The bike is like immaculate. There's like not a chip or scratch in it. It's beautiful. Dimpled chain. I did install a golf ball on the end of the kickstand. Presumably, probably had S7s front and rear, and didn't have the luxury of this beautiful S2 all back. So a little bit bigger rear tire that came with doing this rebuild brought forth the need for the addition of a small extension there. So I put that golf ball on the kickstand there, and that fixed everything. Let's look at the back side of that chain guard. The abrasion on the other side of this crank arm I was talking about. Well, thanks for having a look.